I'm here tonight is because my husband and I share 3 children, and what is it? We have 6 now, and we're going to have 2 more. So we'll have 8 grandchildren, and we're not even 50. And we're 100% pro-life, but we're more pro-God, pro-family, pro-country. So what we do, my husband and I fight constantly. Thank you. And our family does too as well. My children have grown up handing out cards for candidates and door knocking, and they've helped through the last governor. Kendall helped through the last governor campaign. She's going to be helping me again, and of course we've got Cassidy right behind her. So we keep it in our family to keep moving forward. And I'm going to take these off. I won't be able to see y'all. But who I'm really representing tonight is all of you. Every single person that's here tonight has had some pain in their life, and they want to fix it. Something has hit you, whether it be illegal immigration, whether it be voter integrity, whether it be critical race theory, whether it be your pocketbook, your gas pumps, the fight that we have right now, good versus evil. You know, we know that this is not a fight that is any more human to human than it was yesterday, and it won't be till tomorrow either. We are up against the fight for our lives, and we all have to work together and do something. Sitting back doing nothing, even though most of the Democrats have done that, got them to where they're at because they were sneaky. And we've got to fight back, and we've got to fight back with our friends, our neighbors, our co-workers. We need to get out there and educate them, and you've heard a lot of education here. So I worked with the Trump campaign, for those of you that don't know me, since day one. And that was in January of 2015, not June of 2015, when he pretty much came down to South Carolina and said that he was going to just speak in front of the Tea Party coalition down there, and he gave that same speech. You can look it up online. It's in January of 2015, Trump at the South Carolina Tea Party convention. That same speech was the same one that he gave when he came down the elevator on June 16 of 2015. So I have been all over the country working with him, working for him on paid staff, and also as a super volunteer. His message resonated with me. Along the line, I got to meet a lot of the other people that came on board with him right away too as well. And we had 2 very prominent congressmen here in the state of Pennsylvania that did that. One of them was Tom Marino, and the other was Lou Barletta. So tonight, folks, I am here representing all of you, the Trump movement, and now Lou Barletta for governor. And I have known Lou for many years. We worked elbow to elbow when he was running for U.S. Senate, when the president had asked him to run for that office, and there was a lot of things going on, and you know, it took him 2 seconds to say yes. And he has a great story about that. You can catch him on loubarletta.com. But one of the things that I love the most about Lou is his compassion for the people. He started out as mayor in Hazleton, Pennsylvania, and he was fighting a tough job. Some people refer him to, Mayor Giuliani cleaning up New York. He cleaned up Hazleton. It was full of crime. It was full of illegal immigrants, and he literally had to wear a bulletproof vest to go to work because he was threatened for doing his job. He went on to become a 4-term congressman, and he did a lot of good in there. And he fought hard for not only the people of Pennsylvania, but for the people of our country. He was one of the first people that came out for Donald Trump in 2015, and between him and Tom, and they fought hard for him. President Trump used to call them thunder and lightning. Neither one of them could figure out who was thunder and who was lightning. And knowing Lou for as long as I have, I think he's a little bit of both. He's got a lot of compassion for our God and faith and his family. Last summer, he was sitting there watching what Governor Wolf did to our state, picking and choosing which companies were allowed to stay open, taking a year from our children and their schooling, then wanting to send them back and teach them, critical race theory. Lou's not going to stand for that. He said he will not send children back to learn how to hate each other. He's not a Johnny-come-lately, folks. Lou Barletta has stood up for you and for our president since day one. When he finished his campaign for U.S. Senate, he went on to become the chairman to oversee the election here and the campaign in Pennsylvania. He has been working through that cleanup until it was over. And one day he said, I can't sit back and I can't do this anymore. I've got to fight, I've got to do something. They're tearing our state apart. Folks, we might not be able to fix the country, but together, we can definitely fix Pennsylvania. We can do that with Lou Barletta. We can definitely do that with Lou Barletta. He has 14 great reasons to do that. He's got 4 daughters and 10 grandchildren. I'm hoping that I don't catch up to that yet. Please give me the 50. So, one of the funniest stories that I can tell you about Lou, I had broken my leg in California trying to get back to the White House. I was coming to see the president when the Penguins, does anybody remember when the Penguins went to the White House? They were one of the greatest teams out there that actually went to the White House, and we're very, very proud to do it. So I was invited, and I took a whole bunch of my good friends, and I was in a wheelchair. So I got the pleasure of riding on the military, or with the military, up the presidential elevator, which everybody had gotten to do. Talk about a history moment, right? So they wheeled me up front, got to see the president. We were all there. Then we went out over to to another rally in Harrisburg. And they, of course, wheeled me over to where all the dignitaries are, because I'm, handicapped. My husband accused me of breaking my leg on purpose to get all the attention. So we're standing there, and Mike Kelly, Congressman Mike Kelly was standing on one side of me, Sean Hannity was on another, and Lou Barletta was right beside me on the right. And when the president came out, Lou Barletta and Mike Kelly helped pick me up out of that wheelchair so that I could be presentable in front of our president and put my hand on my chest. And that man held me there the entire time President Trump spoke. Now, if anybody is there anybody here that's never seen President Trump speak? It's more than a minute, right? But they both held me there out of respect for the president and for myself, and I didn't ask them. But that was one moment, and I've spoken to him, and his wife is amazing. He just came out and visited the farm. If anybody's on my Facebook page, you'll see I've kind of given up politics for the last 6 months. Not really. But I go out there and ride my horse every day, and I'm always at the farm. Well, Lou came out there about a month or so ago, and he came out to find out what was going on Victory Stables. And we do a lot of work with inner city children and, disabled kids and wayward teens and, broken families and help heal that pain. And he wanted to come out and see it. I was riding my horse, and I got off, and my husband looked over at Lou, and he could see he was just ready to jump. And he's like, you want to get up on that horse, Lou? He was like, yep, jumped the fence and was on, while his whole team's like, we can't get the next governor on that horse. And he learned how to ride my horse. He learned how to ride a horse that day. And he said he felt a heartbeat. He said he felt a heartbeat not only at that place, but he felt a heartbeat and a love for this campaign at that moment. And if anybody ever worked on a statewide or a national campaign, it is the most grueling, tiresome, hardest, and most rewarding campaign and thing that you could do in your life. But at that moment, he said he found peace, and he knew he was doing the right thing. And I'm sharing this story with you because this is not a man that's going to stand up here and tell you everything he's going to do for you. I know he will. I know he will fix voter fraud. He didn't vote for it. He did not vote for Act 77, but he saw what happened in 2019. And he wants to come in there and fix it because he knows the only way to do that as governor is to repeal it. It was illegal. We all know it. He knows it. He and the president know it. And he will repeal that. We should be talking about voter integrity. or the sanctity of our vote right now. It's 2021. We're on computers. This is ridiculous. We know that that vote was stolen. We know that the governor allowed this to be a partisan thing to happen and take those laws and make them illegal and drag it out as much as they can. There's a lot of races beside Trump that I feel, personally, that were lost because of this illegal voting. And I think Sean Parnell's was one of them. Definitely. That's on me. But Lou is a good guy. He's a family man. He is a man of God. He loves our country. Number one is law enforcement. He is a law and order candidate. He has been traveling all over the state. You go on his website. It's loubarletta.com, and you will see so many endorsements from sheriffs. Our Westmoreland County sheriffs endorsed him too as well. James Albert. Thank you. Thank you, Sheriff Albert. And a lot of them have, and mayors and people like that. And the reason we're coming out with endorsements right now is because, of course, we have a lot of candidates. And I want everybody to get to know every one of those candidates on all playing fields. Because you know what? I don't believe that one of those candidates that are running, whether it be for U.S. Senate or for governor, are going to leave the state of Pennsylvania. I think they're going to continue to work. So hear what they have to say and hold their feet to the fire, whether they get elected or not, right? I think we all should do that. So with that being said, I just ask you for you to keep a lookout for Lou, because Lou's going to be spending a lot of time here in Westmoreland County. We tried to get him here tonight, and unfortunately he couldn't. But if you get on loubarletta.com, you can find out where he's coming, or if you're on Facebook, look him up on there, and his schedule will be there too as well. Thank you, everybody. God bless you, and have a great evening. Now the main attraction's coming. Oh, and you better vote for him too.
Not me.